Alright, so this is the first part of our assembly process. We're going to make a kind of a convention safe version of this kit, but you can build it to however you want. We have these parts here for the main receiver. So this will be the front section, mid section, back section, inner chamber, pole tube, whatever you want to call it, flash hider, and a end cap. Okay, so we're going to start with marking how we're going to assemble this. So I have a marker, like a Sharpie, and we're going to start marking how we're going to glue this together. First, let's see, we can do this part here. So make sure that this part right here is on the bottom, okay? And then you want to have this chamber ejector port to be on the, I would say on the right. If you're right-handed, you'll be on the right. All right, so just gonna make sure that these two be like this. This is on the bottom. Make sure this is perpendicular to the right, because your mag will be going this way, right? So just gonna make a mark on top. This is on the bottom stitch here. All right. Now mark this. So this part goes here. This goes here. All right. So now the reason that this part is on the bottom is that the folding stock will be kind of latching onto this part on the bottom. Okay, so we'll do that. So that'll be the first part. All right. So for gluing, we usually just use like a 3M or a Scotch super glue, or any type of super glue. Some people use hot glue and stuff like that. You can use whichever quick setting glue that you want to use, but you can use Gorilla, or but I prefer these smaller super glue. So okay, so we'll do that. And also another thing is some of these will have these like little leftover supports on the kit. You could just kind of pry them off, or you can use a kind of a hubby clipper that you can get for a couple bucks. Just kind of like pry these off if you want. Up to you. You could also sand it off later after you're gluing. All right, so we're gonna start gluing this together. So just got to make sure that all markings are on the right marking there, and then so we'll do that. Okay. All right. Just got to make sure that this is off of it some way. Okay. So to glue it, you want to glue it here. All right. You don't have to put too much of it, just enough to hold it there. And then if you want, you can add a little bit of here, or here. Okay, there we go. And just gotta make sure, again, our marking on it so you don't screw up on the side. Make sure all the circles line up in some way, shape, or fashion. And then there you go. Just gotta hold it for a bit. Make sure all the way around is good. Looks good. Just hold it. And all right. Now this one is pretty much, it sets pretty quick. So second part to this is what we have here is the inner buffer tube. All right, so your ejector port will show this detail here, and then this would be your charging handle. To make a convention safe, what I mean by convention safe is that there's no moving parts, and you can't show any springs or any working mechanism or anything like that, because they're pretty strict now. It's been like that for a couple of years. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do basically glue everything together so you can't even move this thing. But if you do want to, you can get a spring on your own, and then from Home Depot or whatever, and then put it in. You can make an actual working charging handle by putting the spring here and then bulk it up later. Either way, we used to sell the spring also, but we don't do that anymore because of safety issues, and when you mill these things out and then there's a lot of mech parts in it, it gets suspicious, so we don't do that anymore. All right. And also, some of you have this hole empty, some won't. You could just kind of like pry it out with your cutter, pry out the plastic supports, and then later on the charging handle will go here. All right. So put this here like so, kind of measure it up. Yeah. So this part will be exposed, and this is what you will paint later with or tape it with a metallic foil or whatever, so it looks kind of shiny. It looks like an injection port. All right, so we're gonna glue this part in now in some way. So before we do that, lay this down nice and easy, and then we'll kind of clean this up a bit. You can sand this down if you want, but you know, kind of just doing a quick build here for this first step. All right, so you don't want to like sit it all the way in, because then you won't have this charging handle to plug into. All right, so want to somewhat glue it there. Okay, so we'll glue it there. Set some glue on top here. Just kind of glue it right in this section at the bottom. Yep. Okay. Just kind of settle that in there. Just get it glued in like that. Super glue sets pretty quick with this plastic, so okay. Put that here. Now the other end cap here, you kind of set it in there like that. So what we're gonna do, put a little bit of dab of glue here. Okay, put more glue here, so that it'll go down here like so, and then you can glue it on there, a little bit there, seam. Okay. Now some people prefer using hot glue on this, so if you want to, you can. But for me, I'll just use normal glue. Normal super glue will be fine. Okay. Now you just have to line this up with it. Make sure it's all set. Just kind of line it up. Hold it for a few minutes. Okay, it's all good, nice and tight. Okay, and now we're gonna set the end cap here. Now we can do this now or later, but the end cap would just go right there. So now you can think about if you want to put a spring in or not. Some conventions won't let you have any mechanical parts showing or whatsoever. Some are okay, so it's really up to you. But yeah, so if you want, you can just like slide it in here, make sure that it's kind of perpendicular to the bottom. So later on you need to mark it. Okay, and then the front here, and then this would just go in the front like so. Muzzle. Okay, and I'll show you that on the next step.